And we got our package back from California, so I will install it on the car, but here's how they returned it. So, wrapping, masking tape, maybe the masking tape was until the glue sealed, because that's the same color of ink that I used when I wrote on it. Okay. So imagine they taped it to hold it together and to cover up all the stuff that's inside here. They put their label on, showing the warranty. So I got it back, and as you can see, there's silicone around it where they resealed it, made it watertight. New gasket underneath there. So far, so good. Well, it's been a week, and I got my parts. So you can see I put the screws or bolts back into the ABS module or the ABS aluminum block there that I'm going to bolt the module to. Kept them there for safekeeping. Getting ready to raise the truck up so I can attach the harness and then put this piece back on. So that's what we're going to do this time. Another thing I decided to do was to brush off the bolts or screws, whatever you want to call them. Here's what they look like before, and that's after. I think they'll thread a lot easier into that part without galling up the threads. Just what I'm doing. Remember, this is just what I'm doing. So just like before, I'm making sure my battery is still disconnected. I got to clean the connector there, but make sure your electricity is disconnected, your battery, and then that way you don't have energy going through your cable to your harness when you're trying to connect it. And again, if you find anything useful about this video or any other of my videos, I'd be grateful if you would subscribe or hit like, notifications. I know a lot of people ask for it, but it lets me know that, hey, I'm doing something that's worthwhile. Appreciate it. Now back to it. Well, the module was in the package. It was also in the priority envelope, and it had a bunch of foam and stuff wrapped around it and tape. You saw the pictures. So I wrapped it up again last night. That way I know I'm going to protect it again. There's their warranty information. As you can see, they put silicone around the edge after they put the two halves back together. So then, that's what the reverse looks like. I'm going to line this up with the pins on here, and yeah, I think I'm going to wipe off some of those spots, get some of that off of there. Might be helpful. Let you know how it goes. When I work on these electrical parts and connectors, I use an electric cleaner as opposed to like WD-40 or some of these things, but it dries off real good. I'll wipe some of that off just to make sure I'm putting it on a good part or a clean part. To reach around the bottom of those, I'm going to use some cotton swabs, because I'm not sponsored by that other brand either, nor by anything that I've shown you. It's just what I use. This should reach around those posts. Clean that off. the cleaner is already getting that much of that. It's just slight surface rust. It's been a week here in the south, but it's coming off fine. And we are a lot cleaner on that. Got the surface rust off. That's all it was. That cleaner, and I'm not sponsored by them either, but it is electric cleaner, so it cleans, gets on there, and then dries off real quick, where you don't have to worry about it. But it was effective. Now I'm gonna put the unit in and attach the wire harness. Just do everything the reverse of what I did when I attached the harness to the unit. Remember, we had to lift that lever all the way up. You can see it at the top of the harness there in the back. Now we have to lower it all the way down until it clicks. Stay tuned. And when you're putting it back on, you got to check the holes. They got some silicone in those holes. I'll clean that out. But the vent here, that goes up. So it goes like this in the truck. We got to clean the silicone out of there first. And so now the silicone's out of there. I didn't mess with the integrity of it. The sticker's still on. It's still sealed. So everything's fine. Just if you see that, don't be surprised. Okay, it's back in place. The cable's on. Bolt holes line up. Bolt holes, for those of you who bolt holes are lined up. And we'll check the top. Again, there's posts on this part, and then there's the round sensor parts in the module that I had worked on. They just slide right over. Everything lines up. Don't force it. Just kind of move it around like I'm doing with the phone, and they will line up. The tops of those posts are round, so they'll self-center on those. And let me check the top, and then we'll start putting screws in. Everything looks flush on the top. Screws are lined up. And here we go. We start putting them in. And like before, I showed you I'm using an E-socket. So it's a socket that has Torx grooves cut in it. So that's what we're going to use, in a 1/4 inch drive. So that's what the head of the bolt looks like, and the socket. So you can see what I mean, why it looks like a Torx. And as you know, it's good practice to feed all of them, start them all first, so they go in smoothly, so they're not cross-threaded or anything like that. And you seat them evenly so that gasket seals evenly. Use the normal good practices you should when tightening bolts, different things. So I'm getting ready to torque them down. Remember, that's a small bolt. So the torque setting is 25.5 inch-pounds. We're not going 7 ugga-duggas or hold it until you're grunting and the vein pops in your forehead. 25.5 inch-pounds. And again, no ugga-duggas. And it's only 2 foot-pounds. So 12 or 25.5 inch-pounds, it's not a lot. You just need to hold that gasket together and make sure it's watertight. So you don't want to strip out any threads, anything like that. So now I'm going to clean that battery post and hook it back up. All right. Everything's back together from the ABS repair. We got brakes and batteries and cables hooked up where they need to be. Open the door, see if we got lights. We have lights. We have gauges. Look at those lights just went off. All those brake lights just went off. Now, my tire pressure monitor system, I know I got bad sensors for that. But that computer fix that I did just got rid of all my lights. Except, of course, my seat belt and my tire pressure system. Yes! If you want to know who it was, you saw maybe the email that was in my previous video. Again, if you saw something that helped you, that you liked, please like. You know, subscribe to, that's cool, but like, comment. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for checking out my Instagram, Uncle Pen's Garage.